we are down to 3 teams at the NCAA Southeast Regional. 7 teams started their postseason journey here in Columbus, Georgia. Only 3 remain, and after one more game tonight, we will be down to Championship Monday here at the NCAA Southeast Regional. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Burger King Stadium at Ragsdale Field. Stephen Williams here with you on Cougar Sports TV as we get set for our final elimination game in the losers bracket. The winner of this one is on to Championship Monday, where they will have to try to take down Lander on 2 occasions. It is 4th-seeded USC Aiken, 5th-seeded Tusculum in a rematch of a game that we saw played here way back on Thursday. It feels like an eternity ago, but these two played the first game of this week. Back in game 1, we are now at game number 11. Tusculum and USC Aiken set to go head-to-head here. It is the Pacers of USC Aiken at 39-17 on the season. Tusculum 1 win behind them, 38-17. It was the Pacers that got the better of the Pioneers, 2-1 in the victory on Thursday. USC Aiken will go to the lineup like this: Jonathan Banks, Mitchell Price, and Chaz Powell. Zach Moon, the designated hitter, Brian Pereira, Skylar Mercado, Niall Goings, Charles Padilla, and Tyler Ammerman.
Leading off for USC Aiken, the third baseman, number 17, Jonathan Banks.
These two played a 2-1 pitcher's duel the first time they matched up. And there's a reason that these two are still here. They are the top 2 teams in this tournament in ERA. Tusculum a 1.73 ERA, USC Aiken a 2.57 ERA. And first pitch right at 7 o'clock is a strike from right-hander Ethan Carpenter. Second pitch in there as well. Carpenter, a 6'2", 180-pound junior right-hander out of Polkville, North Carolina. Down on strikes is Jonathan Banks, tipped into the mitts of Jim Toll, and Banks quickly retired for the opening out of the ball game.
The center fielder, number 1, Mitchell Price.
That sets down Jonathan Banks and brings up Mitchell Price. Price takes it there for a strike. Carpenter, 5-5 on the season. He is the number 3 starter during the weekend season, despite the fact that he's throwing 4th in this regional. 3.68 ERA. Strikeouts in 58 innings, just 21 walks. That ball off the backside of Mitchell Price. Carpenter just lost the grip on it. He'll go to the rosin bag, but an 0-2 hit by pitch is the first base runner.
The left fielder, number 12, Chaz Powell.
Just 2 hits for the senior out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. One of his 2 hits a double, the other a single. He scored twice and walked once. 1-0 pitch. There's a good fastball from Carpenter. It's in there to even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively for the Pioneers, Jordan Huntley gets the start in left. That's kind of been a revolving door for Doug Jones this week. Wesley in center, Victoriano in right, as that ball is going to go to the backstop, hit off of Jim Toll. So Huntley, Wesley, and Victoriano in the outfield left to right. Third baseman John Topoleski, who turned in a couple of nice plays in the game right before this. Giovanni Tolentino, the shortstop. Zach Fincham at second. Creighton Wilkie, who played a good first base, is over there once more, and Jim Toll back behind the plate after a game off. Fastball outside. It's 3-1 to Chaz Powell. Both of these teams playing their second games of the day. USC Aiken opened the day in the winner's bracket final, falling 3-0 to Lander. That put the Bearcats in the championship driver's seat. The 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, called a strike. It's 3-2. Tusculum won just 45 minutes prior to the start of this one. They defeated Mount Olive, had to hang on, and ended up winning it 3-2. Tusculum has allowed just 4 runs in 3 games of this regional so far. Actually, make it 5. Back through the wickets of the pitcher Carpenter into center field, and it's going to bring Price to the plate, and USC Aiken in 3 batters has already done something it couldn't do in 9 innings this morning, and that is plate a run.
The designated hitter, number 14, Zach Moon.
Pacers of USC Aiken in their maroon jerseys with white numerals, and they actually have the last names across the back. Something you don't see very often at the collegiate level. White pants with the piping down the side. Tusculum stays in their orange vests that they've been wearing with the black shirts underneath, the white pants as well, as the first pitch to Zach Moon is a called strike. In the regional, Moon is just 1 for 10. He has walked 3 times, scored once, and driven in 1. He's a .354 hitter for the year, though. Started all 56 games to this point for USC Aiken. 74 hits is tied for the second most on the team. 14 doubles, 16 home runs is a team high, as are his 67 RBI. He's also walked 38 times. The 1-1. That finds the plate with the fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. It's been a pitching-dominated Southeast Regional. USC Aiken, though, is quickly on the board. 3 batters in. They cash in a hit by pitch and a wild pitch as Moon goes to right field. Victoriano goes to the line, still coming and in fair territory. He will make the grab for the second out of the inning. Fly balls have not been the way to go in this regional today.
The first baseman, number 32, Brian Pereira.
Occasions here at Berkeley. Runner on that went to the warning track and right. The batter now, the sophomore out of Annapolis, Maryland. Big left-handed hitter. .315 for the year, 67 hits, 13 of them are home runs as he inside outs the line drive into left center field. Powell streaks around second. And they're on the corners with 2 outs.
The second baseman, number 11, Skylar Mercado.
Skylar Mercado to the plate, the junior out of the Bronx. Got a teammate at the corners as the off-speed pitch for Carpenter falls in for a strike. Mercado hitting .304 for the season, 13 doubles, 3 home runs. He is 1 for 8 in this regional and was 0 for 3 against the Pioneers on Thursday. Pitch is taken outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pereira over at first, not a threat to run. He has not attempted a stolen base this season and has a very small lead. Ball in the dirt, Toll able to keep it in front of him. 2 balls and a strike. Tusculum never trailed in the game prior to this one. They took a lead and jumped out on a 2-run home run by Kevin Victoriano in the 3rd inning. Added one on a bases-loaded walk in the 4th. And that was all they would need as the fastball's high and tight. On Thursday, it was Tusculum that struck first. They got a run in the 3rd inning and actually took the 1-0 lead all the way into the bottom of the 6th. USC Aiken, though, got a couple of runs in the 6th inning and won that ball game 2-1. Mercado, the big cut there on 3-1, but fouled it back. Payoff pitch, runner on the move from first, and Carpenter gets the strikeout. Throws the fastball by Mercado, and that'll put an end to the top of the 1st inning. USC Aiken, though, gets a run in. An RBI single from Chaz Powell, and the Pacers have a 1-0 lead in game number 11 of the NCAA Southeast Regional here on Cougar Sports TV. USC Aiken takes the 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 1st inning here at Burger King Stadium. J.J. Wesley to lead things off. Kevin Victoriano due up. Nick Lasina, the DH, hits 4th. Creighton Wilkie, Huntley, Toll, Topoleski, and Tolentino round out the 1 through 9 for Doug Jones. First pitch fastball is right through there for a called strike to Nick Yobi. On it, but it's going to find its way into center field. J.J. Wesley with the base hit. That is his 5th of the regional, and the leadoff batter is on for the Pioneers.
The second baseman, number 10, Zach Fincham.
Single. That'll bring up Zach Fincham. Up in the now, the number 2 spot. down on the right side. The only play. Stage is set for Victoriano.
The right fielder, number 29, Kevin Victoriano.
Kevin Victoriano hit his 18th home run of the season a couple of hours ago. It was a 2-run shot in the third inning of the game prior to this one. Went over the left field wall, cut it through the wind. And it was the first 2 of 3 runs that Tusculum scored in the game. Nick Yobi, the pitcher that's going against Tusculum tonight. For USC Aiken, he is 5-3 with a 6.02 ERA. 12 starts on the season. One of them was a complete game. 49-18, his strikeout to walk ratio in 64 innings. So does not walk very many guys. Victoriano hitting .317. 60 hits for him on the season. He's one of 5 guys in the lineup with at least 60. 14 doubles, the aforementioned 18 home runs, 45 driven in. Both of those numbers lead the team. The 18 homers lead the team by a long shot. Wesley at second. Yobi sets, looks at him, and comes to the plate. Into the air, right center field, and rather deep. Outfielders converge. It's Goings, the right fielder, that gets to it. The throw is going to be cut off heading for third as Wesley tags, and he is in with 2 outs.
The designated hitter, number 19, Nick Lucina.
Nick Lucina to the plate. He has the second most hits of any player so far in this regional. He has 5 hits for him and 11 at-bats over the 3 games that they've played. Only Colby Lusignan has more, and he has 6. First pitch to Lucina is fouled out of play. J.J. Wesley actually just tied Lucina with his 5th hit. Lucina hits this one a long way to right field. Goings on the track will reach up in front of the staggered CSU logo out there on the wall, and he'll make the grab to keep Tusculum off of the board. Lucina gave it a ride. Nothing showing, though, as it's a 0 in the run column. USC Aiken up 1-0 after 1 here on Cougar Sports TV. Tusculum can't get the leadoff single around to score, so the Pacers will come back to the plate, leading things 1-0 here in game number 11. The finale of 3 that we've had here on this Sunday. The pitch outside to Niall Goings evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Goings, the USC Aiken right fielder. Just 1 hit in 10 at-bats. in this NCAA tournament. He's hitting .295, so that average has dropped down below 300 now. 4 doubles, 8 home runs, 33 driven in. High chopper, deep in the hole at short. Big hop, long throw. Tolentino picked out of there by Wilkie. This infield has been very good all tournament long. And that is out number 1.
The catcher, number 16, Charles Padilla.
Tusculum has been flashing its leather. They are the only team in this tournament to not make an error to this point. Line drive, right field, that's going to fall. Charles Padilla with his first hit in 2 at-bats in this tournament, making his first start. So the base hit puts a runner on with 1 out.
The shortstop, number 8, Tyler Ammerman.
The batter now. Yesterday against Columbus State, including a 3-run bases clearing double that proved to be the game-winning hit. Fastball is high inside. It actually was a single. Should have been a double. It went to the gap, but Ammerman, I guess in his excitement running the bases, stumbled over first. The 2-0. Pitch down low with the fastball. Ammerman is 3 for 10. All 3 of his hits were in that ball game as well. He had an RBI single and a home run. He's hitting .286 on the year. He started every game but 1 for Kenny Thomas, who was not pleased with the way his team went to the plate in game number 1. He had some strong words about it in his post-game press conference. The 3-1 pops straight up to right field. Shallow right. The second baseman Fincham, the wind playing with it, takes him into foul ground, and he's over to make the grab.
The third baseman, Jonathan Banks.
With 2 down now, Jonathan Banks, the junior out of Sharpsburg, Georgia. He will step into the batter's box. Padilla still on at first. Carpenter working out of the stretch. First pitch high and tight to Banks, who went down on strikes on just 3 pitches, leading off the ball game. The Pacers struck first behind an RBI single from Chaz Powell. Mitchell Price was hit with an 0-2 pitch, moved to second on a wild pitch, and then Powell singled right back through the middle. The 2-0. That nearly caught the sleeve of Banks as he turned on in. It missed him, though. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Taking all the way on the 3-0, catches a fastball down the middle. 3-1. Tusculum, this is the farthest that the Pioneers have ever gotten in NCAA Southeast Region history. As this ball is hit well to center field, a liner that's sinking, and Wesley will get to it and make the grab. We'll pick up that thread when we come back. It's 1-0, USC Aiken on top, an inning and a half in the books here in Columbus, Georgia. Creighton Wilkie to lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. USC Aiken on top, 1-0. As Nick Yobi goes back to work, spins a first pitch breaking ball down low for ball one. Yobi, the 6-foot, 190-pound junior out of South Park, Pennsylvania. Went to South Park High School. On the ground, 2 hops for Pereira. Yobi over to cover. Pitcher does his job, and there's one away.
The left fielder, number 3, Jordan Huntley.
Jordan Huntley will get a chance now. He started once in this tournament. It was also against USC Aiken. Doug Jones putting him back in the lineup here for the second time the two have played. The freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He was 1 for 3 in that ball game. Chops this one back to the mound. A little off to the third base side. Yobi fields his position. And it's back-to-back soft ground outs for the right-hander for his first 2 outs.
The catcher, number 34, Jim Toll.
He's up there now. 274, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, including a by 1 here on Cougar Sports TV. Hal and Moon due up here in the pitch to Price, out straight back. Carpenter had down in the count his first time up, and then he lost control of a backside of Price. He went on down a wild pitch and he scored. This combination of two can do it once more. Burger King Stadium. The roof just hangs over the bleachers, not the whole field. That would have been nice earlier this week. That would have cost Burger King just a little bit more money, though. Price hammers this ball into the gap, hanging breaking ball, and he didn't miss it. It's going to roll out to the warning track. The junior goes streaking into second. He's there with a stand-up double. Price did not miss that 0-2 breaking ball.
The left fielder, Chaz Powell.
That'll bring up Chaz Powell. He came up with this situation his last time up and delivered with an RBI single. That's twice now that Carpenter has had Price 0-2, and he's reached both times. A hit by pitch and now a double. That was already the fourth hit of the ball game for the Pacers here in the first 2+ innings. Pitch in for a strike to Powell. His RBI single gave him 49 runs batted in for the season. Was his 71st hit of the year as well. The 0-1, he was behind that one. And we had just talked about in the game prior to this how we had not had a ball all season that seemed to get stuck on the top of the dugouts here at Burger King Stadium, and we've now seen it twice in about 2 hours. That one got stuck on one bounce on top of the first base dugout. The other one still sitting on the third base dugout. Towards right. Well, that one will wind up over there at some of the picnic tables. No balls and 2 strikes to Chaz Powell. Fastball. Carpenter reached back that time and just threw it by him. So Carpenter earns the strikeout. That's his third of the game and his first out here in the third.
The designated hitter, Zach Moon.
These two teams fighting for the right to have a shot at Lander. Second-seeded Bearcats got through the winner's bracket 3-0. They are sitting, waiting for an opponent for tomorrow's championship Monday. The Bearcats will have to be beat twice. Our first championship contest will come your way at noon. One of these two teams will be there. They'll have to beat Lander back-to-back times. Fastball fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes to Zach Moon. USC Aiken hoping for a little bit of shot at redemption now. They had been undefeated against Lander this season in 4 tries. They swept them during the regular season. Then they beat them in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. But that did not matter when it came to today's regional contest. The 0-2 popped out of play. Lander head coach Kermit Smith saying that they didn't even talk about that with the team prior to the ball game this morning. Just said, let's go out and let's play. And he and his staff are in attendance, sitting here behind home plate watching this one. The 0-2 outside. The Bearcats are going to try to go to their second World Series in 3 years. We mentioned Tusculum, and this being the furthest they've ever gotten. This is the basically third place ball game in this Southeast Regional. They have been to this round 3 times, 2007 and 2012, the other 2. They lost in this game both of those years. They're trying to make their first ever regional final. Couple of looks to second, and now a step that way. Mitchell Price leads the team in stolen bases. He has 12. That is a third of the USC Aiken total. They do not run much. 36 of them this season. The 1-2 to Moon. Outside. Carpenter laboring through this first set of 3 innings. He's already thrown 51 pitches. Actually, 52 of them now. 33 for strikes. Next pitch. A check swing. Toll was able to keep it in front of him. He did not go around on the check swing, though. Tolentino comes in to talk to the right-hander. Tolentino, the one giving the signs for the moves that he's supposed to make at second. The middle infield controls that with the pitchers on how many looks he's supposed to make, when he's supposed to go to home plate, and whether or not they're picking off. You'll watch in between pitches with a runner on second. One of those middle infielders will go through the signs. Carpenter battles back, does get the strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts now with the 3 and the 4 hitters for USC Aiken, and there's 2 away.
The first baseman, Brian Pereira. The second baseman, Skylar Mercado.
So that not one of the finer moments of the year for Huntley. He drops the baseball in left. That allows the run to score. And he throws it away coming back into the infield. And that allows Pereira to move up to second. So the Pacers have doubled their lead now. It's 2-0. First pitch to Mercado is outside. This has been a relatively cleanly played tournament. And we just talked about Tusculum. They hadn't made an error all tournament long. Well, they've made 2 now. Mercado too far around there on the breaking ball. You could see him be visibly frustrated. One ball and 1 strike. Pereira on at second after the error. Carpenter is going to look that way again. So unearned run against the Pioneers here in the third. And all of them moving forward. Whatever else happens in this inning will be. The 1-1 outside. Carpenter has yanked a lot of fastballs all the way across the plate and over into the left-hand batter's box. Two runs on 4 hits for the Pacers, a run in the first and a run in the third. Fastball upstairs there, and it's 3 balls and a strike now. Mercado went down on strikes his first time. The 3-1 through the left side. Mercado has a base hit. They're going to wave Pereira to the plate. Huntley comes up throwing. His throw is cut off, and the Pacers score again. It's 3-0.
The right fielder, Niall Goings.
And make feel hurt. 2 runs in. Bullpen starting to stir a little bit down the third base. It's an elimination game. This is their season here, so the leash is not very long. Although this inning is not on the shoulders of Ethan Carpenter. He had himself out of it. And it's a shame, too, because he had given up the leadoff double, and then he went up against the 3 and 4 hitters in USC's Aiken's order and struck both of them out. And this one's going to knock the glove off of Carpenter. It's knocked down. He goes and picks it up behind the mound and gets the out. Nicely done on the part of Ethan Carpenter there to get the out and retire Goings. But USC Aiken gets a couple of unearned runs, and they lead it 3-0 here in the Southeast Regional on Cougar Sports TV. Play South Rankdale. Tomorrow's championship game. Late swing. Topoleski, the junior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Hitting .312 for the year. Takes another strike. Pitching now with a 3-run cushion. Topoleski, the third leading hitter in this tournament for Tusculum. He's 3 for 8. He's down on 3 pitches here, though. Yobi gets the strikeout. That is his first, and there's one down.
The shortstop, number 8, Giovanni Tolentino.
Giovanni Tolentino now. He'll try his hand against Yobi. He has 2 hits and 10 at-bats, a couple of runs scored, and he drove in 1. He walked with the bases loaded in the 4th inning of our earlier game. Brought home the 3rd run of the game, which ultimately proved to be the difference. On the ground to second. Mercado a couple steps to his right. Tosses to first, and there's quickly 2 away.
The center fielder, J.J. Wesley.
Lineup card flips over, and J.J. Wesley walks up. He owns the only hit so far for Tusculum and shows bunt before pulling it back and taking a ball high. He rolled a single back through the middle, leading off the Tusculum first. He was bunted to second base, ended up moving all the way to third before he was left there when Nick Lacina flew out to the warning track. Wesley now tied with Lacina for the second most hits in this regional. They each have 5. 2-0 fastball. That's above the belt. 3 balls and no strikes. Yobi throws the ball hard. He operates right out of the middle of the rubber. Fastball this time misses again, and it is ball 4. So he gets 2 outs, and then on 4 pitches, he walks the leadoff man.
The second baseman, Zach Fincham.
That'll give Zach Fincham a chance. See if Wesley goes on the move. He's been thrown out in his only chance to steal here in this tournament. He is 4 for 7 on the season. Again, we mentioned Tusculum, they don't run much. Yobi sets at the belt. Fastball, that's in there. Fincham laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. He moved Wesley up. Already told you, though, he didn't come around to score. Breaking ball in there. They wanted it on the outside corner. It broke to the inside corner. Home plate umpire Kevin Morgan still gave him the strike. The 0-2 to Fincham. One hopper, Mercado stayed down on it. He's going to make his second play of the inning, and that will get Yobi out of it. So he does walk a batter with 2 outs. It comes back to do no harm, though, and we've played 3 here at Burger King Stadium. USC Aiken up 3-0 here on Cougar Sports TV. 3-0 USC Aiken in front in this elimination contest. Charles Padilla hits first here in the fourth. Breaking ball spins in the mark for a strike. Fastball a little bit tight from Carpenter. Padilla dumped a single into right his first time up. This should be a 1-0 ball game. But a couple of unearned runs make it 3-0. Look at Tolentino go up the middle, and then he threw it away. So Padilla is going to reach. Tolentino was behind the second base bag and made a 360 throw, but the throw was high, and everybody, or rather Padilla by himself, is going to be safe.
The shortstop, Tyler Ammerman.
Tyler Ammerman will bat now with a man on. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes it high and tight. It'll be an infield single for Padilla. Pitch misses again. 2 balls and no strikes. Ball chopped over the head of the third baseman, Topoleski, and down the left field line. Ammerman has a base hit, a couple of balls on the ground, a couple of base hits, and there's 2 on with nobody out.
The third baseman, Jonathan Banks.
Pacers in business again, and now Jonathan Banks will bat for the third time in 4 innings. Pacer leadoff man here. Banks 0 for 2 with a strikeout to this point. You think this might be a bunt situation, though, depending on how many runs Kenny Thomas thinks he can get in this inning. Banks does show bunt, and he's not going to need to now because it got away from Toll and bounces all the way over to the Pacer dugout. So the runners will advance up on the wild pitch. And now there's no need for the bunt. Banks can just go ahead and swing away. Banks has just 1 hit in 11 at-bats in this tournament. Good time to get one now. And it will get through the glove of Topoleski at third. Down the line, 1 run in. Tolentino coming to the plate with it. It's not in time to get Ammerman. 2 guys score. Banks moves up to second on the play, and the Pacers have made it a 5-0 ball game.
The center fielder, Mitchell Price.
Mitchell Price, the one in the batter's box. Time called now as Toll will go out and talk to Carpenter. Home plate umpire Kevin Morgan now will go out and break that meeting up. The game's starting to slow now as Tusculum gets a right-hander up in the bullpen. And now a mound visit coming out of the Tusculum dugout. A run in the first for USC Aiken. 2 more unearned runs in the third, and 2 more runs here in the fourth, as things getting away from Tusculum just a little bit. And an elimination game, you can't afford to fall very far behind. And they are going to make the call to the bullpen, so Ethan Carpenter will come out right here. 5 runs, the lead for USC Aiken. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is for the Pioneers after this. Pacers lead it here on Cougar Sports TV. New pitcher into the ball game for Tusculum is going to be McKinley Berry, 6'1", 190-pound sophomore right-hander out of Elizabethton, Tennessee. Berry 0-1 on the season, has a 4.24 ERA, 3 saves, making his 18th appearance of the season. 28 strikeouts to 14 walks in 23 innings. Mitchell Price, the batter against him. Price has been hit by a pitch, and he's doubled to left center field, both of those coming with an 0-2 count on him. He pops the bunt up, though, trying to bunt for a hit, and he can't believe it. He popped it straight up, and it's caught by Toll in foul territory.
The left fielder, Chaz Powell.
Chaz Powell will get his chance now. USC Aiken already working through its order for the 3rd time. Powell 1 for 2. He had an RBI single back in the first inning, struck out his last time. Pitch is high from Berry. It's taken for a ball. A run in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth so far for the Pioneers. USC Aiken trying to continue to add on and earn themselves another match with Lander. Swing and a miss there. Powell out in front of it. Five runs on 7 hits for USC Aiken. Also 3 Tusculum errors. Banks, the base runner, out at second. Ball down the line, just foul. Quick movements from Vincent Krejcer, our third base umpire, to turn himself out of the way of that ball. Eleventh game that we've had here at Burger King Stadium this week. Today has just been a perfect day weather-wise. Temperatures right around 80 degrees. There's been a nice breeze that's been blowing around the ballpark. But most importantly, 0 clouds and 0 rain. Originally, there was not supposed to be a 7 p.m. game here on Sunday. It was supposed to be 12 and 3:30 as that ball bounces in the dirt. There were only supposed to be 2 games today. But because of all of the rain and lightning that we had causing us to play just 1 game on Friday, we had to play an extra one yesterday and an extra one today. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Powell. Banks on at second with only 1 out here in the 4th. This one cued back to the mound. Not caught on a fly. It was on a short hop. Barry had plenty of time to look the runner back and throw on to first, and Powell retired for the 2nd out.
The designated hitter, Zach Moon.
Get in. Second. Got him. Banks fell asleep. Tolentino got there, and Barry put the throw on the mark. They put of this NCAA Southeast Regional. USC Aiken with a 5-0 lead now as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning here in Columbus, Georgia. A spot in the regional final up for grabs. 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate for the Pioneers as Nick Yobi pumps in a strike to Kevin Victoriano. Pitch in there for a strike. Yobi has retired everyone he has faced in this game, not named J.J. Wesley. Wesley has a hit and a walk. Everybody else, over. They need to ask him to share the secrets. A ball and 2 strikes to Victoriano. He is the big power source for this Pioneer team and just barely got a piece of the barrel there to foul that pitch off. Yobi will wind and fire this one, and now Victoriano has figured it out. He lines a 1-2 fastball into left. He has himself a base hit and a leadoff base runner here in the fourth. Nick Lucina at the plate. He nearly missed a 2-run home run his last time up. A ball that on most days probably gone, and he's going to the same spot again. Deep into right center field. Price is going to run it down again. 364 days out of the year, Nick Lucina is 2 for 2 with a pair of 2-run home runs. This one day, he is now 0 for 2. Carl Lancaster, the head coach of Mount Olive, was laughing about it after he did his post-game press conference earlier. He said, of all the days for the wind to be blowing in, it cost his team potentially a go-ahead 2-run home run against Tusculum in the 8th inning of the game prior to this one. And it's cost Tusculum potentially a pair of 2-run home runs here so far in the first 4 innings, both off the bat of Nick Lucina as Creighton Wilkie lines the ball into center field for a hit, and there's 2 on with 1 out. Jordan Huntley will have a chance now to try to make up for the error he made earlier in this ball game. Dropped a fly ball with 2 outs in left field back in the 3rd inning. It immediately led to a run, and then 1 more scored later. He's up there now with 2 on and 1 out and takes a breaking ball for a strike. Freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Up there with Victoriano on second, Wilkie on first. 0-1 pitch. That fastball spotted up in a good spot. No balls and 2 strikes. Yobi's pitch count still low. He's about to throw his 38th pitch of the night. Called strike 3. Huntley can't believe it, but pitch number 38 is a strikeout. The second of the night for Yobi. And there's 2 away.
The catcher, Jim Toll.
"38 pitches for Yobi, 29 of them for strikes. That's a ratio you can live with all night if you're Kenny Thomas. Jim Toll, the batter, goes after the first one, hits it softly to center field. Price started back, but he'll make up the ground with the speed, and he comes in shallow center to retire the side. Couple of hits in the inning for the Pioneers, but they leave him on first and second, and after 4, it is 5-0 USC Aiken, leading Tusculum here at the NCAA Southeast Regional on Cougar Sports TV. New count to the plate. First arm. Bear fires in 1. Valentino calling. He will make 1.
The first baseman, Brian Pereira.
Brian Pereira has been busy at the plate for the Pacers. He has a base knock, and he is also the one that lofted the fly ball to left that Huntley dropped earlier. He eventually came around to score as well. This one served down the third baseline, but foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground towards first to Hopper. Wilkie will pick it up and retire his defensive counterpart for the second out of the inning.
The second baseman, Skyler Mercado.
Skyler Mercado now, he has an RBI single. He singled home Pereira his last time up. Barry tosses across a strike. 5-0 our score right now. That ball bounced up and it caught some of Jim Toll. He lost the mask and the helmet. Mercado, a good sport there, will help him out. Home plate umpire Kevin Morgan will walk the baseball out to Barry to give Toll a few minutes to collect himself. Final line for Ethan Carpenter, 3+ innings, 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned, and that's the problem in this ball game right now. 7 hits though, No walks, 4 strikeouts, 73 pitches. The 1-1, high and tight. Pitching and defense has been winning this tournament. And so far, Tusculum had been the best defensive team in the regional. That came to a screeching halt in the third. That ball looked pretty good, but Toll couldn't hang on to it. Again, both of these teams trying to keep their seasons going. The winner gets Lander at noon tomorrow. Mercado, after the 3-1 fastball, fouled it away. Three-2 on the ground to Wilkie at first. Barry got a late break to the bag, so Wilkie will do it himself with a feet-first slide. Wilkie makes a couple of plays over there at first base. It's a clean inning for McKinley Barry, and we're halfway home here in game number 11. 5-0, it's still USC Aiken in the driver's seat here in game number 11 of this NCAA Southeast Regional on Cougar Sports TV. (2016) NCAA Southeast Regional here at Burger King Stadium in Columbus, Georgia. Winner of this one gets one of 8 spots in Cary, North Carolina, starting May 29th for the Division II College World Series. First pitch of the bottom of the 5th is taken outside by John Topoleski. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Fastball at the knees there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nick Yobi spins that breaking ball in there. He's pitched 4 shutout innings so far, needed just 39 pitches to get through those 4 innings. No runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Works out of the windup with nobody on. The 2-2. Tipped into the mitts of Padilla. He'll toss it around the infield. 3rd strikeout of the night for Yobi. And there's 1 away.
The shortstop, Giovanni Tolentino.
So Nick Yobi giving Kenny Thomas exactly what the doctor ordered here in this ball game. First pitch to Tolentino, taken high. Giovanni 0 for 1 in the ball game. USC Aiken just about 3 full times through its order. Tusculum, this wraps up its second time through. That one over on the foul side of the third base bag. Eight different regionals going on across the country as the fastball is taken high. They have already wrapped up in the South Central Regional. Angelo State, who was the number 3 seed in that one, is headed to Cary, North Carolina with a 9-2 victory over St. Edwards as Tolentino takes a walk. So Giovanni will reach once more, and it'll flip the lineup card.
The center fielder, J.J. Wesley.
Tolentino on, J.J. Wesley to the plate. The championship matchup is set out west. Host school California Baptist is taking on Cal Poly Pomona. That one will be played tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Cal Poly Pomona, the one that's sitting in the driver's seat there. They have to be beat twice. Still 3 teams left in the Atlantic. That's where the number 1 team in the country lies. Pitch in there for a strike to Wesley, who is 1 for 1 and has also walked. Millersville, the host of that and the number 1 team in the country, they are sitting in the championship game waiting for an opponent. Shepherd and Mercyhurst playing right now. In the East, the regional final is set. Franklin Pierce, who is hosting that one, and Southern New Hampshire will go head-to-head. Franklin Pierce, the one that needs to be beaten twice. As the pitch is outside, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. In the South region, West Georgia rallied and defeated West Florida. So they are taking on Delta State. And Nova Southeastern is the team that is in the championship game waiting on its opposition. Delta State went on to beat West Georgia, so it'll be Nova Southeastern and Delta State, with the Statesmen needing to win 2 ball games tomorrow against Nova Southeastern. That one was at Tampa, the defending national champs, as Wesley lays down a great bunt. The throw by Banks is not in time, and Wesley has done that, I believe, 3 times already in this tournament. He's laid down a base hit bunt on that third base line. He's on. It's his second hit of the night, the 4th for Tusculum, and there's 2 on with 1 out.
The second baseman, Zach Fincham.
So 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Zach Fincham trying to help Tusculum get on the board for the first time. Your other 2 regionals that are still going on in the Central at St. Cloud State. The top team in that regional is out. They are down to their final. It'll be Central Missouri, who is the 2 seed, and 4th seeded Arkansas Monticello. Central Missouri undefeated so far. And there are 3 teams left in the Midwest as this ball's lined into right center field. That's in for a base hit. That is going to put the Pioneers on the board. Zach Fincham, an RBI single. It's a 5-1 ball game.
The right fielder, Kevin Victoriano.
Drew the walk. There's still 2 on and 1 out, and it's 5-1. And the right. Is in the batter's box. In this ball game, all 5 Tusculum hits top 5 spots in the batting order. J.J. Wesley at second, Zach Fincham at first, Victoriano at the plate. First pitch from Yobi in there for a strike. It had been all USC. Now some life both in the dugouts. Greenville, Tennessee. Comes set, comes to the plate, fastball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Victoriano awaits, the 1-1 from Yobi. Popped out of play, first base side, 1-2. Victoriano leads them in home runs with 18, RBIs with 45. He upped both of those numbers with this one. The 1-2 outside. Really the first time Yobi has had to throw a whole lot of stressful pitches. Pitch count was just 39 through 4 innings. Big lead at first without anybody holding him on. Wesley at second, the 2-2. Just outside again, and the count goes full. Big moment in the ball game here for the Pioneers, trying to come from behind, trying to erase a 5-run deficit. 5-1 the score now. Payoff pitch coming to Victoriano, and it will have to wait. The senior called time, and it was granted by our home plate umpire. Balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 5th. Yobi's 3-2. Hit in the air to left field. Not enough on it, though. Price is going to come.
The designated hitter, Nick Lucina.
Nick Lucino will try to get it done with 2 outs. He's hit 2 balls, about a combined 700-plus feet. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to the warning track in right center field twice. Now would be a good time, if you're a Tusculum fan, for him to muscle up a little more and hit it just a bit further. He doesn't hit many. He only has 2 all season. He's a doubles guy. He has 17 of those. First one, a huge cut at it. Found it straight back, though. He's been right on Yobi's fastball in his previous 2 appearances at the plate. Healthy hack there. Trying to get it the call down there at the knees. Padilla sits so low when he tries to receive the baseball. Oftentimes he kicks that leg out wide so he can sink down even lower. It makes those low pitches look more like they're centered up in his body. Trying to fool the umpire just a little bit. The 1-1, that ball's ripped into right. That's going to sink in front of Goings for a hit. Goings coming to the plate with a throw. It's cut off by Pereira. Wesley dives in head first, 5-2.
The first baseman, Creighton Wilkie.
All of a sudden now, what was a 5-0 ball game, the tying run is coming to the plate here in the fifth. And that's going to draw a mound visit here for the Pacers. Started on a strikeout before Giovanni Tolentino drew a walk. J.J. Wesley laid down a bunt single, and Zach Fincham followed with an RBI knock the opposite way. After Victoriano flew out to left center field, Nick Lucina just roped that single into right to make this 5-2. Now Creighton Wilkie will try to do even better. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. First one on the ground sharply to second. Mercado to his left, and that will end the inning. So Yobi limits the damage to just 2. But Tusculum back in the ball game. It's 5-2 now. After 5 here at Burger King Stadium at Ragsdale Field on Cougar Sports TV. Tusculum back in the ball game now. They've taken a 5-run deficit, turned it into 3. USC Aiken back to the plate, though, to try to add back on. McKinley Berry hoping to keep the Pacers right at 5 and give his offense a chance to come back. Niall Goings leads things off. Down on the count 0-1. Now a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Goings is 0 for 2. He's up to 1 for 12 now in this regional tournament. Pacers came into this ball game hitting 189 as a team. Like we've told you, this has been a regional dominated by pitching, and the team batting averages reflect that. The 1-2. That ball hit hard to left, but Huntley was playing deep, moves a little to his right, and a dejected Niall Goings will head back to the dugout after he hit that ball very hard.
The catcher, Charles Padilla.
Padilla into the batter's box. To illustrate things for you about what it's taking to win this regional, as Padilla dumps another base hit into right field. The two highest team batting averages, Columbus State 267, Catawba 262. They win a combined 0-4.
The shortstop, Tyler Ammerman.
On the flip side of that, the two highest team ERAs in this regional, Columbus State and Catawba. So you're not going to slug your way into a regional championship. You might win one game that way, but not going to win more than that. Lander slugged its way to a victory over Belmont Abbey yesterday. But they had held the Crusaders to just one run until the ninth inning of that one, so they also pitched their way to that point. So you wouldn't even say that the bats led them there. They pitched outstanding that day. Sam Lynn, the starter, the redshirt freshman, came on and threw a very good ball game. Had a career high in strikeouts. And now you wonder, though, if Lander's going to be able to bring its number one starter back tomorrow. That's always a possibility. Will Jones didn't throw that many pitches on Thursday against Mount Olive. Had to come out because of all the delays we had with the rain and the lightning. And only 63 pitches for him, and it may set him up to come back tomorrow. Kermit Smith not showing his hand, but you would think that's an option. A ball and a strike to Tyler Ammerman. Tries to play down a bunt. It's popped up, and Jim Toll does a nice job discarding the headgear and getting back there behind home plate to catch the pop-up. That's the second time the Pacers have done that in this ball game.
The third baseman, Jonathan Banks.
Two down in the inning. Padilla, the base runner at first. Top of the lineup, and Jonathan Banks at the plate. Banks hit a ball hard his last time up that was mishandled by Topolewski over at third. It led to a couple of runs scoring. Tiny lead at first for Padilla. Off-speed pitch over the heart of the plate for a strike. One, good change up there from the right-hander. Banks swings through it, a little out in front. And it's a ball and two strikes. A spot in Championship Monday up for grabs. Back through the middle, and Banks will serve it into center field for a base hit. Good two-strike hitting there for Banks. Reaches out and gets the ninth hit of the ball game for the Pacers, and there's 2 on with 2 out.
The center fielder, Mitchell Price.
Price popped up a bunt his last time. It's the only time he's been retired so far. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's doubled, scoring twice. Sun is set off. There's still a little bit of daylight left, but the lights are on and necessary at this point as that ball's lashed out on the first base side. Not sure that we ever saw a cloud the entire day. Mother Nature making it up to us after what we sat through for 48 hours, Thursday and Friday. Price a chance to add back on to the USC Aiken lead. High chopper to second. Fincham's going to come get it on one hop, and he's going to choose to tag Banks out in between first and second to end the inning. So a couple of guys reach on base hits for the Pacers. 0 on the board, though, and that's going to bring Tusculum back to the plate, trailing by just 3. Bottom of the 6th next here on Cougar Sports TV. Stephen Williams back here with you on Cougar Sports TV. 2016 NCAA Southeast Regional from Columbus, Georgia. Tanner Maloof will come on and pinch hit here in place of Jordan Huntley to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Maloof goes after the first one. It's a fly ball to left field. Powell, no issues with it. Maloof retired with one pitch.
The catcher, Jim Toll.
Senior catcher, Jim Toll. First one, I believe that hit off his toe. He didn't move out of the batter's box. There is a large contingency that's been here all week with Tusculum. Has been wearing orange shirts that say Team Jimbo. And this is their guy right here. He had him dancing in the aisles last night when he hit a home run over the wall in right field, his second of the year. Swings through it. The 0-2 pitch is up high. The fastball missed. Toll is 0 for 2 in this one. And he's down on strikes. Swung through the fastball. It's the second out of the inning. And the bases are clear for Topoleski.
The third baseman, John Topoleski.
They'll have to go with 2 now here in the bottom of the 6th. John Topoleski Takes the pitch up high. Nick Yobi in his 6th inning of work just threw his 70th pitch, so his pitch count is still extremely low, as Tusculum has swung early in the counts. Pitch high, 2-0. Just for comparison's sake, Yobi has thrown 71 pitches, and he's working on his final out of the 6th inning. Although that ball is rolled through the left side for a base hit. So Topoleski is on. That'll be his first hit of the night after a couple of strikeouts.
The shortstop, Giovanni Tolentino.
So that was pitch number 72, 1 out away from completing 6 innings. Ethan Carpenter on the other side threw 73 pitches, and he only got 9 outs. Line drive right at Skylar Mercado is going to put an end to inning number 6. Tolentino hit it right on the nose, but right at the second baseman, and we have played 6. 5-2, USC Aiken in front, trying to advance to Championship Monday here at the NCAA Southeast Regional on Cougar Sports TV. Heart of the USC Aiken order coming up in the top of the 7th. Powell, Moon, and Pereira. Seven of the 9 USC Aiken starters have a hit, including Powell, who got the first one. He singled back through the middle in the first inning, and that drove in a run, as that probably scattered some folks in the Tusculum dugout. That ball hit on one hop right in there. Lace down the line. That is a fair ball into the left field corner. That caroms around, and Maloof, who just came into the ball game, has to play with that out there. That ball hit a piece of fencing and shot back into fair territory. But it's a leadoff double for Chaz Powell, his second hit of the night.
The designated hitter, Zach Moon.
Sharply hit ball, just the third hit that McKinley Berry has given up in his 3+ innings of work. Zach Moon, one of the 2 guys that is still hitless in this ball game for the Pacers, digs in now. Moon, the junior out of Snellville, Georgia, built more like a linebacker than he is a baseball player. He goes after the first one, and it's lofted softly down the right field line. Ten hits now for the Pacers in the ball game. 5 runs on 10 hits. Nobody has made an error yet for USC Aiken. 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 costly errors for Tusculum. That's the difference in the ball game. Pioneers have given up 4 unearned runs. They trail by 3. You do the math. In the dirt, it scoots through the legs of Jim Toll. I think it caught a piece of him as it went on through, because he did not look to be in good shape when he was running to go get that one. Now Doug Jones will take his infield and bring them in. It's a tough guy to stand on the infield grass for. And he's going to make it work out in his favor. That ball's laced into left field. There is one of the runs Tusculum got in the 5th back. RBI knock for Zach Moon. He's the 8th different pacer to get a hit in the ball game. And it is 6-2 USC Aiken.
The first baseman, Brian Pereira.
Pereira to the plate now. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. 11 hits now for the guys in maroon. Trying to set up a rematch with one of their rivals. Pereira lines this one into center field. Wesley on the dive is going to make a nice play coming in from his center field position. That was nicely done. And there's one down.
The second baseman, Skylar Mercado.
Skylar Mercado now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI hit. Chases the first one out of the zone and is down a strike. This run in this inning, the first that Barry has given up in his relief outing. He's thrown 42 pitches now in 3 1/3. He's really kept this ball game within striking distance for the Pioneers. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming down the home stretch here in game number 11. NCAA Southeast Regional. Check of the runner over at first. Moon dives back in. The 1-1, chopped to short. Tolentino's only play is to first, and he's not going to get him. That's an infield single now for Mercado, his second hit of the night. 12th of the ball game now for the Pacers.
The right fielder, Niall Goings.
Seen a bunch of balls chopped right down on the infield, a lot of high hops. And nothing that Tolentino could do with that one, and he is a slick fielding shortstop. Couple of guys up and throwing in the Pioneer bullpen down the left field line. Goings will call time and step out. Goings swings through the first one. left-hander and a right-hander getting loose in the Tusculum bullpen. Cameron Carney, the right-hander. Dylan Hardy, the much larger left-hander. Hardy listed at 6'7", 285. That is a big fella. No balls and a strike to Goings. Make it 0-2. He is the only pacer now without a hit. They have 12 as a team. Padilla is 3 for 3, and he's standing in the on-deck circle. Breaking ball. Release point a little off, left it high and inside. Tusculum has 9 more outs. They got to find at least 4 runs. They're hoping it's just 4 to keep this ball game going. Goings down on strikes. First time he's been struck out on the night. First strikeout for Barry, and there's 2 away.
The catcher, Charles Padilla.
Doug Jones is going to call time now, and Padilla may have to face a new pitcher. We'll see. 2 guys have been up and throwing. No signal just yet. Padilla, as we said, is 3 for 3 so far, though. And if you're Doug Jones and Tusculum, you can really ill afford to have this game get any further apart, knowing that you got to find a rally here in 3 innings. Kevin Morgan, our home plate umpire, out to join the meeting, discussing the top dinner spots in Columbus, where the post-game meal is going to be. It is going to still be Barry, so no call to the bullpen here yet. He will face Padilla. Moon and Mercado on at second and first, respectively. Two down in the inning. Already 1 run in on Moon's RBI single. Pitch taken down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Tusculum not really holding either runner on. This one's in the dirt. Toll kept it in front of him, though. Padilla, make it a 4-hit night for the catcher. They're going to test the arm. Now they're not going to. They were waving Moon around third base. Strong throw by Maloof was cut off by Topoleski, and they threw the brakes on the designated hitter, and he dove back in ahead of the tag.
The shortstop, Tyler Ammerman.
So make it a 4-for-4 night now for Charles Padilla. On the night he made his first start in place of Max Schoen in this tournament. Schoen, by the way, happened to be the team's leading hitter in batting average. First pitch to Tyler Ammerman in there for a strike. The junior out of Dublin, Georgia, with a chance to blow the doors off this one. 13 hits now. Barry back to the windup and misses low and away. It's 1-1. Just across the 9 o'clock hour. Pitch high, 2-1. Ammerman was up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 10th inning yesterday against Columbus State. Drove a ball to the wall in the left center field gap to clear the bases. Outside, and now there's nowhere to put him. 3 balls and a strike. Now. And he missed with another one. Bases loaded, walk for Ammerman. It is a 7-2 game, and the lead is back to 5.
The third baseman, Jonathan Banks.
And that will be all she wrote for McKinley Barry. New pitcher coming into the game, Doug Jones to the mound. Tell you who it is when we come back. 7-2, Aiken on top of Tusculum here at the NCAA Southeast Regional. New pitcher is a right-hander for Tusculum. It is Cameron Carney, the 6'1", 210-pound senior out of Niagara Falls, New York. Carney for the season is 4-0, 4.53 ERA. His appearances, 16 of them have been split between starting and relieving. 7 starts, 9 relief appearances. 45 2/3 innings, 42 strikeouts, 10 walks. First pitch is outside to Jonathan Banks as Carney comes in with the bases loaded in a 7-2 game with 2 outs here in the 7th. 2 runs already in. Banks goes after a fastball in the middle of the plate, but fouled it back. Long look in here for Banks. He singled his last time up, right back through the middle. That fastball, good one at the knees. A pacer at every base, the 1-2. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, lifted out of play. It's Mercado, Padilla, and Ammerman on the base paths. Banks at the plate. The 2-2 up high. And now everybody will get a head start. Chance to try to put the Pioneers away here for USC Aiken. Runners will all be on the move with the pitch. And they'll all have to retreat and do it again. Two runs are in this inning. USC can let it 5-0, gave up 2 in the 5th to make it 5-2. They've added 2 more back to make it 7-2 here in the top of the 7th inning, and they're hoping for more. Carney sets on the ground to short. Should get them out of the inning. Tolentino smooth out there at shortstop. Throws out Banks, and the Pacers will strand 3. But they get 2 more runs across, and as we stretch here at Burger King Stadium, Tusculum needs to find a rally in the bottom of the 7th inning. J.J. Wesley leads it off, the top of the Tusculum order here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Time running out. They need 5 runs. They trail at 7-2 as we start the 7th. Wesley, a perfect 2 for 2 for the night. Also has a walk. Defensive change for the Pacers as Wesley hits this ball a ton to center field, but not deep enough for the ballpark to be too small for it. Mitchell Price goes out to get it before he gets to the warning track for out number 1.
The second baseman, Zach Fincher.
David Langster, the defensive change for USC Aiken. He's now playing third base in place of Jonathan Banks. Langster, the junior from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Nick Yobi still out there on the mound. He's given up just 2 runs in 6 1/3 now. His 80th pitch of the night, 2 hopper to short. Ammerman waits on it. Long throw in time.
The right fielder, Kevin Victoriano.
So very quickly, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kevin Victoriano, the batter. Victoriano working on a 1 for 3 night. Yobi still with a very low pitch count for how deep he is in the ball game. Pitch is in there for a strike. Fastball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. That one will be on the foul side of the line. 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors for USC Aiken, who has put up 2 in the 3rd, 4th, and 7th innings to go along with 1 in the 1st. 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Tusculum, who got its 2 in the 5th. Oh, that one about got Victoriano. He spun out of the way and hit the dirt. Pacer bullpen up and walking around, but not doing anything more than that, and there's no reason to right now. The 2-2, he got him. Fastball out away from him, and Yobi is through 7. 2 runs allowed, and his team leads it 7-2, 2 innings away from the regional final here in Columbus, Georgia. Mitchell Price leads things off here in the 8th inning. Cameron Carney getting a chance to work out of the windup with the bases clean now after he got out of a bases loaded and 2-out jam coming out of the bullpen in the 7th. 7-2 the score. USC Aiken up by 5 as Price has swung through back-to-back heaters. Price 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored, and he tips that one into the mitt of Toll, and he's down on strikes, so a good start to the inning for Carney.
The left fielder, Chaz Powell.
Chaz Powell watches a pitch high. He's 2 for 4 tonight. He got the scoring started back in the first with an RBI single. Had a double his last time up, and that ball hit about 3 miles foul. So whoever has the unfortunate task of trying to find that one, good luck. Powell swings through that fastball up around the eyes. A ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 is upstairs. Powell goes after it, and he's down on strikes. So Carney, a couple of strikeouts to start his 8th inning.
The designated hitter, Zach Moon.
Zach Moon goes after the first one, pops it up. That's over the concession stand. The 1-1, that ball scalded to left, and Maloof comes in to get the sinking liner. Not sure Zach Moon can hit a ball any harder than that, but a line drive all the way out there to left. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Carney. Tusculum to the plate. They've got 2 at-bats left to try to get it back. 7-2 they trail. 6 outs left with Tusculum to play with here. Nick Lucina, who has hit the ball hard 3 times in this ball game. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch from Nick Yobi inside, taken for a ball. Lucina has twice flied out to the warning track in right. His last time up, he had a top spin line drive that fell into right, and this ball's hit to Hopper. Pereira will get it, and he needs to hurry to the bag because Lucina was getting down there. He beats him by a half step.
The first baseman, Creighton Wilkie.
Down to 5 outs here for the Pioneers and potentially their season. Creighton Wilkie now. He's 1 for 3. This one on the ground softly to second. Mercado to first. 2 down.
The left fielder, Tanner Maloof.
Tanner Maloof, the batter. He swung at the first pitch he saw his last time up as a pinch hitter. Now playing left field. The senior out of Winder, Georgia. Pulls back on the bunt that he showed and took a ball. Nick Yobi just crossing the 90 pitch mark. Softly chopped, but at home plate, Padilla will pick it up in foul territory. Good breaking ball there, broke back over the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Yobi winds the 1-2. Reaches out, pokes this one, and that's going to drop into left center field. Maloof with a 2-strike base hit, serves it out into left center field. 8th hit of the ball game for Tusculum and a 2-out base runner.
The catcher, Jim Toll.
Maloof to first. Toll 0 for 3. Maloof was the 7th different Pioneer to get a hit in this ball game. We've seen a lot of good pitching performances so far in this Southeast Regional. Nick Yobi, just another in a long list of those. USC Aiken got a great one from Joe Marlowe the last time these two teams met, opening up the tournament. Marlowe in that ball game went the distance. He gave up 11 hits but allowed just 1 run. Yobi trying to match him here in this one with another complete game. For the 1-2 to Toll, down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. toe to left field in the air. Chaz Powell underneath it, and that will end the 8th inning. USC Aiken 3 outs away from the regional championship Monday. They'll get one more at bat before that happens, though. 7-2 the score here at the NCAA Southeast Regional on Cougar Sports TV. To the 9th we go. New pitcher into the ball game for Tusculum. It is Dylan Hardy, the redshirt freshman out of Monroe, North Carolina, and he is not small. 6'7", 285 for the big left-hander who powers a fastball up there for a ball. Brian Pereira, the first one he will see here in this inning. Pitch in there for a strike to Pereira, who is 1 for 4 tonight with a run scored. Hardy this season has been good. 17 innings, 6 runs allowed, 15 strikeouts. He's 1-1 with a 3.12 ERA. He gets Pereira to swing through it there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the dirt and gets away. New catcher into the ball game for the Pioneers has to go retrieve that. It's Cole Baxley. We saw him in the game right before this one in the starting lineup. He replaces Jim Toll. The 3-2. Pereira hits this one a long way to right field. Is it a fair ball? No. The wind has died down here at Burger King Stadium. And Pereira picked a good time to hit it like that, but he pulled it just too much. Tied him up that time. He acted like it was a foul ball, but it ended up rolling foul after it stayed fair for a long time. Wilkie trying to get to it. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Hardy gets the strikeout. It's a good start to his outing. And there's one down.
The second baseman, Skylar Mercado.
First pitch to Mercado, fastball right over the heart of the plate for a strike. Tusculum's going to need five runs when they go to bat in the bottom of the inning. You would think Yobi will get a chance to go out and try to finish it. Mercado late on the fastball. It's 1-2. There is some tossing going on in the bullpen for the Pacers, but it doesn't appear to be much more than that. Check swung that one into the screen. Lander awaiting the winner. 12 o'clock, first pitch tomorrow, right here from Burger King Stadium and on Cougar Sports TV. The winner of this one will have to beat Lander twice. So both of these teams hoping there's at least two more games left in their season. Inside corner called strike three. Hardy with back-to-back strikeouts. And two down now.
The right fielder, Luke Westerberg.
Luke Westerberg now. He's getting his first look at things here tonight. He has had one plate appearance so far, and that was a walk. He's a .262 hitter. 2 home runs, 14 driven in. He's down in the count 0-2 now. The junior out of Trenton, New Jersey. That ball close on a fastball there. One ball and 2 strikes. Down and away. 2-2. Topoleski, Tolentino, and Wesley due up 8-9-1. That ball hit a mile to left, and that is a fair ball. Home run, Luke Westerberg. His third of the season. He gets all of that one, and it stayed inside the foul pole for a solo shot. That's how you make your presence known coming off the bench.
The catcher, Charles Padilla.
That'll bring up Charles Padilla. We came into this ball game with just one player in the entire regional tournament that had 5 hits, rather with 2 players that had 5 hits or more in the entire tournament. Padilla has a chance right now to get his 5th hit of the game. He is working on a 4-for-4 night. So a hit here, and he could single-handedly put himself into the upper echelon of groups of total hits, and he's made 1 start. So Kenny Thomas pushing the right buttons here in this ball game. 8-2 the score now. The 3-0. That's right down the heart of the plate. 3-1. Three and 2 now. Line drive, snared by Topoleski. Padilla had a chance at hit number 5, but Topoleski snared away from him. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. USC Aiken needs 3 outs. Tusculum needs 6 runs. Somebody's season comes to a close after this here on Cougar Sports TV. Bottom of the line, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 to score. Topoleski lead things off. He is 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Tolentino will follow. J.J. Wesley hits third. Nick Yobi trying to finish what he started as he pop up out of play on top of the roof to start the inning. The next pitch for Yobi will be number 100. Breaking ball sinks low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 100 pitches, 65 strikes, 35 balls. Pitch found into the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yobi's been in control most of the night. Every inning has been scoreless except for the 5th when he gave up 2. Tipped off of Padilla behind the plate. Couldn't hang on for the strikeout. So Topoleski will see another one. 12 o'clock, first pitch tomorrow. Same place, same channel. The 1-2. Again, just getting a piece of it. Topoleski fighting it to stay alive. Softly to third. Langster getting a chance at his first play. He makes it just fine. Good stretch at first by Pereira. And there's 1 down.
The shortstop, Giovanni Tolentino.
Giovanni Tolentino now. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. That one coming back our way. Into the netting, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yobi has held the Pioneers to just 2 runs on 8 hits. He's walked just 2, and he has struck out 5. 1-1 is high. Pacers looking to punch their ticket into Championship Monday. And a second shot in this regional at Lander. If it is USC Aiken and Lander tomorrow, it will be the 6th and potentially 7th times that those two teams have played each other this season. On the infield, will it stay in play? Padilla by the on-deck circle makes the basket grab. 2 down.
Pinch hitting for Tusculum, number 23, Tandon Dorn.
Bill! Let's go, Bill! Let's go, Bill!
Tandon Dorn, the batter. Last hope for Tusculum here in this one. He hits that ball a long way to left. Moon is on the track, and that ball's going to run out of steam at the wall. And USC Aiken is headed to Championship Monday. Nick Yobi goes the distance. And the Pacers will take on Lander, needing to win 2 ball games to make it to the Division II College World Series. That'll wrap things up for us here on this Sunday. 3 games in the books. We've got 1, maybe 2 left. We join you just before 12 o'clock tomorrow. Championship Monday here at Burger King Stadium. For everybody here at Cougar Sports TV and Columbus State University, Stephen Williams saying so long from Columbus, Georgia.